or its allies as the victim. To that end, missiles
Test. What's up, guys? How you doing? Let me go ahead and just test everything, make sure everything is good to go.
Earlier today, President Biden said if Russia did use chemical weapons, there would be
let me lower these ridiculous talking heads.
To discuss that and more in detail on sanctions, Sarah, on Monday, I'll be joined exclusively by the Deputy Treasury Secretary.
Get my chat going,
and you'll see that beginning in
and then we'll kick it off, guys.
Kayla, the market has been so headline focused on any potential diplomatic resolution or just the idea of talks. Is there any potential diplomatic resolution
there we go.
Schedule on the agenda that we can be hopeful for?
Not on the diplomatic front involving Russia. It has generally followed a pattern that there have been at least one or two
we are live.
Negotiations every single week, but there has been nothing of substance that has come out of those negotiations. Next Wednesday, we do have a meeting of the NATO defense ministers.
Perfect.
So we will see what comes
Do a
out
test.
of that, but those meetings are usually just making sure that the force posture.
All right, we are good. We are live, guys. Try to make it at 3 o'clock, but as you guys know, it's not always the case. It's I was caught in the middle of trying to make a YouTube video for the channel, and man, there's so much that goes into these damn videos. I tell you, like if the mic wouldn't reach, the cable wouldn't reach. I got a new stand so that I can move, just basically move the mic, because you need good audio. If you don't have good audio, forget it. You don't have a good video. So, had to do that and make sure that was, pretty much set up. That was pretty fun. But let me make sure that I have everything kind of set here. There's my all right, so where's my charts? Where are my charts? There's the charts, guys. Okay. So, dang. Couple things I want to talk about. I want to do a video on this because I was working on this, and it basically it's gonna be like I'm going to do a video talking about some of the things that I'm talking about here in the live stream. First, hopefully everybody had a pretty good week. It was just as I told you guys it was going to be. Oil, commodities. Oil actually took a little bit of a break, which was, we'll kind of get into that. Again, apologies for not getting here, not starting up the stream at 3. I wanted to trade that final hour. I mean, I did trade, the final hour, but not here at the trading desk, and not fully trading. I mean, looked at my positions, but really didn't get into anything new because, again, I was trying to, you figure that these videos wouldn't take that long, but they do. I mean, probably once you're kind of, making these videos, it's not that big of a thing. You can kind of like just push them out quick, but it did. It took longer than I expected. Let's just say that. It took a little bit longer than expected. But hopefully, I'm determined, man. I want to get one of those videos done, like at least today, at least by this week. I mean, it's ridiculous, guys. It really is. I'm kind of frustrated why it's taking so long, and maybe I'm just overcomplicating it. Maybe that's what I'm doing. No, I'm not too sure, but I will figure it out. Man, there's a couple other things I had to do. I had to move my mics, and my mic, not my mics, my one mic. I had to move it, adjust the workflow a little bit, and so kind of throws you off, but overall pretty. It's getting there, guys. It is getting there. So right now, just to kind of go through things here, I have about, I have 16 positions. Go ahead and go through them now. Let me just double check. 1, 2, 3. And yeah, I have 10 options, 16 positions. Okay. And options are kind of experimenting with the options, just kind of dabbling. Not, I usually trade shares, but I am experimenting with options. So some of these are obviously, they're on the table. What's up, Chick? Happy Friday, man. How are you? Hopefully you had a pretty good week. It was a wild week of trading once again. But green. It was a green week. So that's all that matters. Quite a few things that I traded in my book this week, guys. I got into General Mills. Starbucks was a big mover. McDonald's really came through. McDonald's was, pretty much that closed that out. But that was a real nice trade going into McDonald's right here. I pretty much traded that whole swing down. All this was just a really nice down trade. I mean, it's just nonstop McDonald's. So that was a good trade today. Kind of popped up against me, so closed out of that. But yeah, McDonald's was a really good trade, guys. Starbucks is now pretty much the new one. Starbucks is the new one in the mix, and as you can see here, also really good. This was a really good trade. Still trading it. Added to my trade today. As a matter of fact, before I went live, around 350. I added to my position as the stock was kind of breaking down. So Starbucks has been not too shabby. What's up, Take Notes? How you doing, Take? Good to see you. Yes, it is today. It was a good week, man. It was a really good week, and I'll kind of go through some of those trades with you guys, so you can see how I did. But yeah, so Starbucks was pretty good. Man, let me see here. So let's just start off with. Let's start off with the. There we go. All right. So CF was a pretty awesome trade. Picked this one up. I was trading this in the beginning of the week, and just nonstop. That was really good. Nike. Yeah, let's just kind of go through the week. Let's see how we did. So Nike was a really good trade. Closed that one out on Monday. Well, took some profits on Monday on CF, on Nike, on Starbucks, McDonald's. I was pulling out profits on McDonald's all week on this one and adding to, and kind of just snowballing it. Bank of America, Williams. You guys, you remember I told you about Williams. Williams turned out to be a pretty good trade. I did get stopped out, but took profits and overall was green in the stock. Again, CF Industry. So this was like 2 times on Monday that I just took some money off of CF. Telus, Archer Daniels. This was a nice trade, guys. As it popped up right here, I sold a lot of shares. Again, I don't get out of my positions completely unless they really start coming down. So as it came down, I got stopped out, but not without taking a lot of profits. It was just kind of I mean, look at that on Monday. On Monday, it was just it was up like a good 3-4%. So I was taking profits on that. Norton LifeLock, Coca-Cola. So very, very busy week. I think actually probably on March 9th, which is that was on Wednesday. They came in and they really rallied the market to the upside. So a lot of my stuff that I did have a lot of potentially good trades, they hit stops. One of them was Costco. This was one that I was looking to trade. Ended up selling that, got stopped out of Costco. JP Morgan, same thing. Okay. And I was short on JP Morgan. So, but it got stopped out. So they do, sometimes they will go the direction that you want them to go, the direction that you're planning on trading. But sometimes they will thrash around and you'll get stopped out. So JP Morgan, Costco, these were, I got stopped out of these. FedEx was another one that I was really trying to get into. FedEx was, this is just a nice, this is going to be a nice trade. So I'm still going to get into FedEx if it presents itself. But, as you can see what happened, they rallied it big time to the upside. And so I just, get stopped out. You don't want to hold on to something and let it continue to move against you. It's better just to, if they pop, just get out and take a small loss. So FedEx was one of them. Netflix was another one. Okay. This was, look, eventually it did, it did move down as I wanted it to, but they gave it, it kind of just thrashed. That's what I call thrashing, before as they're going down, they don't want to, you'll have buyers who start coming in and trying to buy, or short covering, or a mixture of both. And that will give, on Wednesday, it was just nonsense. They completely rigged the market, as they normally do. The plunger team came in. But overall, guys, a green week. So a green week is good, and no complaints. So how are you guys doing? Hopefully you guys are doing pretty good. You guys have a pretty good week. Market treat you well. Cool. Your stocks, Take says my stocks are being kind and they're growing. That's awesome. That's you know what, guys, let me go ahead and open up the queue. All right. So if you guys want to share any stocks, we can chart them out. So all you're going to do is just hit exclamation chart and space followed by the symbol, and then we can pull it up here. We can pull it up here. So let me get this set up. What's up, Pimp? How you doing? Happy Friday, my friend. Happy Friday to everybody in the room so far. Like I said, guys, I wanted to be here at 3. I thought I could crank out a quick video for YouTube, and that wasn't the case. But I am going to do a video later on for YouTube that I want to kind of put up there, just talking about everything that kind of went on. Just a quick market breakdown and whatnot, and just get used to kind of, I would like to do these market recaps. For a while, I was just starting to do them. I wasn't as consistent, but I want to do the market recaps and throw those on YouTube, share them on the Discord and whatnot. And, this way it's kind of there. It's a quick, 10-minute video on the market recap, rather than, a whole hour stream of market recap and then looking at some of the stocks and then just kind of chatting and hanging out. I would like to isolate the market recaps and put them on there. And then, so what I'm going to do is, try to get that up and going. And I will, guys, I will get it up and going. I am determined, man. Okay. Running into a little bit of obstacles, but I am determined to get these videos up and going. And, the thing about me, guys, is I'm very much a perfectionist. If I see something I don't like, it's like, oh no, I gotta do that over, or oh, the lighting doesn't look how I want it to be, or the audio doesn't sound as great. I really want that good audio, or oh, the mic isn't in improper placement. So I'm very much a perfectionist, but I'm not gonna let that, of course, I'm not gonna wait until everything is perfect to kind of kick things off, but I will get those going soon. So let's go ahead and let's look at a quick quick chart. Let's pull up somebody's stock here. So let's look at Pimp. And where is it? All right, so here we go. We're looking at Bank of America for Pimp Daddy. Now, Bank of America, guys, again, this was a stock that I was trading this week, Bank of America. And Bank of America is a regular for me, guys. This is a stock that I'm constantly trading. year in, year out, whether I'm buying it or whether I'm shorting it. But I am, Bank of America is a usual trade for me. So Bank of America, I've been trading that since the beginning of this month. And I mean, even before that, I'm always in it. So this week took some real good profits on Bank of America on the 7th. And let me see here. All right, so I was short Bank of America, by the way. Okay, so it took some profits right here on the 7th. I mean, look at that. It just completely crumbled, guys. This thing got smoked, and I was short Bank of America, of course. So as it was going down, I not only was taking profits, but would kind of take profits and also throw more into the stock to kind of keep going with the momentum. And I am a position trader, so I'm not just getting in an entry and then getting out, or getting in and then scaling out, like getting all in one big trade and then slowly scaling out. That's not how I do it, guys. The way I do it is I start off with a pilot position. I let the position kind of prove itself to me, and as it starts going into my favor, I start throwing more money into that position and try to build up large, because it's not about getting the prices is part of it, okay, but it's also how much shares you have. You have to have that combination of a good price but also a good amount of shares. So I don't like to load up all at once. I do like to kind of start a little bit, because if it kind of peters out and it doesn't go your way, you didn't go full force 100% into it. You just kind of, again, a pilot position. So I always start off with my trades with a pilot position and then slowly kind of add to that, okay, if it indeed it works out. So Bank of America was one of those stocks. As it was moving down, I was adding to it and taking profits, and this was a good trade until on the 10th, where finally what happened is it just kind of popped up, and I said, what, this stock is obviously kind of on pause. I'm going to take my profits, take everything off the table, and so just closing out. Just closing out of my position on Bank of America. Does that mean I won't get back into Bank of America? Absolutely not. It just means that while the sellers are kind of cooling off right now and nobody's really buying the stock, that's where I kind of just jump back onto the sidelines and wait for, the selling to start hitting that stock where I can get back into it. That being said, obviously, that I like this stock short. I already told you I've been shorting it. So that is my bias on it, pimp. I think Bank of America is a great short. Okay. Would I short it right here? No, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait until it kind of starts taking out these lows. Okay. Once it takes out these lows, then it's ready to get going. Everybody's, selling the stock again. That's where I'll jump in. But right now, it basically is on pause. Okay. They're trying to rescue the financials. The financials have been so weak, and they're trying to kind of get them to move to the upside. They just been, smoked for weeks on end, constantly going down. So look, here's my take on Bank of America. Bearish, very, very bearish, but I'm waiting until it takes out these lows before I, start up a pilot position, start shorting the stock once again. If Bank of America kind of trades sideways for another week or two or whatever, just let it trade. If it moves up, we'll see. But right now, I am bearish on Bank of America. And let me see here. Yeah, just kind of bearish on it. Now, if you are short on Bank of America, you could be short here, but just, be aware that the stock may starting to try to come back up and test that 20-day moving average, test the 200-day moving. It might try to kind of move up and do that. So that's why, some people just say, oh, well, why not hold on to your shorts? I like to set my stops, my trailing stops. So once the movement is done, I'm also done. I'm also out of it. Okay. I really don't want to be in it sideways. Sometimes I will when I'm already kind of like, I've made a good profit, and, the stock has a lot of heavy sellers in it. Then, I'll stay. But, when you have a movement like this, it looks like it's going to try to come up. And I didn't want to give back another, that would have been like 10%. I didn't want to give that back. So just close out of it. So this one is going to get a bearish label. All right, so yeah, that one gets Bank of America is a bearish, definitely bearish sentiment on it, and yeah, that's my take. Let's see what the chat says. Okay, so it looks to me like we're back in the channel in the low 40s. Yeah, I mean it's it's in a downtrend. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I see the stock kind of continuing to move lower. I don't see any real reason to go long. This stock should continue to move lower, but right now it's just profit taking. That's what you had a lot of profit taking on Bank of America. Basically, everybody who was short all right up here, they just they took their money off the table. Especially, you don't know what might happen next week. Maybe the financials start getting more movement, more buyers coming in. So profit taking, and you got a pullback or a pull up, as I like to call them, okay, because it's kind of pulled back. But this thing is still in a downtrend. So again, I just wouldn't short it right here. I would wait till it breaks out the lows to really confirm that it's ready to move back down. It might be just on pause right now. So hopefully that helps, Pimp, and hopefully Bank of America does get going, because like I said, I'll short that thing again. I have no problem shorting Bank of America. As a matter of fact, that was also one of the options that I took. Okay, I'm not really an options trader, but I did do some. I did take a put on Bank of America, and that was pretty good as well. So that is it for Bank of America. Let's see how that one does next week. The financials, guys, also too. The financials are again, they're very, very weak. So I'm not saying that they're going to go sideways or they're going to go up, but I am saying that they've been beaten down really hard. They've gotten smoked really, really, really good. And so it's only natural that you have like a pause, okay? Because they don't just go down all the way. They go down, they might have a heavy sell-off, and then they kind of pause before they kind of get back in. But I don't think the selling is done. That's why I say, if this thing can take out the lows, I'll be there, okay? I'll be there, just like the song, all right? I'll be there and continue on it. But yeah, that was Bank of America was a real winner this week. This was a real winner for me. Let's go to the next. One. What do we have? Let me see here. And I wonder, guys, if I hit. I wonder if I actually type the command. Let me see if it'll pull it up, because that would be nice. This way I don't have to keep going back to that. There we go. All right, so did it pull it up? It says we're now pulling up your stock on the charts. Good. But I don't see it yet. There we go. All right, nice. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do. All right, so we are looking at REGN for take notes. REGN. What do we all right, so I don't really care for Regeneron. This thing is just, just look at the chart, guys. What direction is this thing going? It's just moving sideways. Just kind of bouncing around between these channels, and I'll draw it out for you. Okay, so you have pretty much right here, okay, and then you have right here, okay. So it's just bouncing around. This thing is not kind of going anywhere. I don't like to trade stocks like that. Now you did get kind of a little bit of a breakout right here, which I do like. This I do like, okay, because pretty much all week it's just, not just all week, but you're looking at, it's been like this for almost 2.5 months that it's been sideways, trading between like 642 and 595, okay. But today, yes, you did get some movement. I like this. I like that. I like this movement right here. But again, what I don't like is that it's been going sideways. And also, if you go back here, you're going to, let me do this again. So you also have some more of a range right up here. Okay, so you have a ping pong action right over here. You have ping pong action right over here. So this stock is going to kind of come up here, and it's going to run into all of these sellers that, it's just been selling. Whenever the stocks are trading in a channel like this, it means that there's a lot of sellers on the upside. There's a lot of sellers on the downside, and they don't let the stock break out. They keep ping ponging the stock back and forth. And that means you have a lot of buyers and sellers. No one has won yet. It's like a stall, like a tug of war stall. So I don't want to trade the stock. Why? There's, it's going to run up here and hit all of these sellers. What is the upside on that? Let's just kind of see. So if it does get up here, you're looking at 3%, maybe 3.5%. But if it fails and comes down, that's like, about 3% as well. So this stock really doesn't have any direction. That's what I'm saying. It has no direction here. So I would not want to be really trading this stock. I want to get a stock that knows where it's going. Either it's going south or it's going north. If it doesn't know, if it's just, going sideways, there's a better trade. I mean, there's hundreds of different stocks. So again, I do like this movement, but I don't like the sideways action. Once it gets up here, all of these sellers right up here are going to push the stock right back down. So look, it has a lot that it needs to chew through until it can kind of get up here. Okay, if it can get up to this area, but it's going to have to work through all of these sellers, which it can do it. I'm not saying it can't, but what I'm saying is the stock has to prove itself to me. So I needed to break out through here, take out all of these sellers, and then it's off to the races. Then I'll buy it. But this really is this is a weak breakout. So I'm not convinced. I think this stock right here may push up to the upside, but it's not really. It hasn't shown me that it's kind of, it's ready to go to the movies. It's still not sure what it wants to do. So I wouldn't really trade this one. There has to be something better. And there is in healthcare. I don't trade healthcare. I don't trade any of the healthcare sectors or the drug manufacturers. But there's been a lot of movement there. So look, I'm not going to rate this one bearish or bullish because it's kind of either way. So we'll just kind of go to the next one. But hopefully that helps take. And if you're in it, just expect it may continue to move sideways. Okay. Let's go to the next one. MCK. And Pimp, no problem, man. Anytime. Hope it helps. All right, so we got MCK. This is also charting for take. All right, so let me see here. Now this is this one I like. Take. Look at this beautiful uptrend. This is what I like. Okay. Trade with a trend. Okay. Everybody is buying the stock. So if you buy it, chances are it's going to continue to move up. Okay. Because it has so many buyers on it. Everybody's just pushing it up nicely. This is the kind of, this is what I like to see. A stock that's showing me clearly where it's moving. Okay. And McKesson definitely looks good. I would be a buyer. Okay. Would I buy it right here? Well, let me get into that. Okay. I'll tell you where I would have bought it or where I would be buying it. But definitely I am bullish on this one. Okay. So I would be a buyer of McKesson, and this is a healthcare, obviously. Okay, so you have some right here. You had a little bit of a breakout. Okay, right there. Okay, this small, tiny breakout. If you kind of see here, and actually look, I'll just kind of draw the line. Okay, right here. Okay, kept hitting its head, and then a breakout right on this day. Okay, so this is a nice day to me. Timing is everything. Okay, so right here is where I would have started to build a position. I would have taken up a, I would have started to build a position here. What I don't like is, probably would have got stopped out when you had a lot of this selling, and that was on the 8th. And what did I tell you on the 8th? If you just came in, you didn't hear me, but if you've been on the channel since I started it, the 8th, man, it was just so crazy. It was just a frenzy, and a lot of stuff was all over the place. So this is one of those stocks that, if I was in it, probably would have got stopped out, because I don't want to, I don't let these things, when I take trades, I don't let them swing too far out of their range. If a stock normally trades $5, that's the range, $5, I'm not going to let it go to $8, because $5 is clearly the range. So if it goes outside of $5, starts hitting $6 and $7, I'm not going to hold on to the stock. So I place my stops usually a little bit outside the range. That's where I want to be at. And on Wednesday, this one really went outside the range. But then what happened? It got right back in gear. Okay, so that's just kind of like how I do it. I have very I guess you can call them tight stops, but they're not really too tight. I just don't want to risk too much. And as the stock starts making money, I start moving my stop up, because I don't want to give that money back. So that being said, it got back into gear, and this thing is good to go. So yeah, the ranges on this stock is 659. So I would, okay, so here's how I'm going to play this one. Okay, and I'm not going to play this one because I don't trade healthcare, but I would be waiting for the breakout. And guys, give me a second here. All right, so yeah, I'd be waiting for the breakout on this, and then that's where I would kind of buy it, like right up here. Okay, so I want to see some good movements to the upside. I want to see it break these highs right up here, and then I would jump on board. Okay, so move this up to right there. Once it breaks above this, that for me is the signal. Okay, and then it's, it's ready to continue to run. So yeah, good stock, bullish on that. Let me rate it. I wonder what happens if I hit 1. That doesn't work. Okay, because that's what, instead of actually clicking the button, that's like bullish, which is 1. I gotta, I can't type it. I guess some commands you could type, some you can't. So let's see. All right, so give me a second, guys.
Another down day for Wall Street, 5th down week in a row.
I tell you, man, Sparrow always gets a kick out of it. But this chapstick, guys, I'm not used to talking to my, anyways, thank God for chapstick. Okay, all right, let's get into the next one, guys. So that was MCK for Take. So again, look, Take, yeah, I like it. I would just be waiting till kind of get some more juice. Okay, you could buy it right here if you wanted to. Again, this is not financial advice. I'm not telling you what to do. But if you're kind of really impatient, if I was impatient, I guess you could, buy the stock right here. But I like to, again, timing is everything. So I want to get into it when it finally moves, rather than wait for it to move. So, but bullish on this. So let me. Did this one go? Okay. So bullish on this one. Let's take the next one. for Chick, and we are looking at one of my favorites that I love trading. Well, I don't love trading, but I like trading it. Microsoft. Look at this. Microsoft's been, you know, a great downtrend. This is a good one for anyone who is shorting. This is done well. And I've shorted Microsoft. I shorted Microsoft, but that was back in February. Okay, so I haven't shorted it this month. It's been kind of just basically bouncing around. Okay, for the beginning of the month, it's been bouncing around. It hasn't made any new lows, so that's why I have not shorted it. It did kind of make a low, but it quickly, you know, kind of got up, and ever since then, it's just, you know, it's kind of, like I say, just bouncing around between 300 and like 270. So let's see here. What do we say with Microsoft? Again, I like it short. Okay, I mean, why are you going to buy something that's in the downtrend unless you're a counter trend trader? But I am not. Okay, and guys, let me explain that also. Okay, let me tell you why. Sometimes I do trade counter trend, but let me tell you why I don't. Okay, because when you're trading the stock that's moving down, okay, it's in a downtrend. Again, I'm a position trader, so I don't want to just trade. Let's just say, you know, we're trading 100 shares. Okay, I don't want to just trade 100 shares and then get out 100 shares. What I want to do is gradually build into that 100 shares. I want to start off with maybe like, you know, 20 shares or maybe 40 shares, you know, and then as it continues to break down, add more to it to finally where I hit that 100 shares, and I could even go beyond that. Once I'm in with 100 shares and the stock is still moving, I've already taken profits out of it, and I've added more to it. So I'm snowballing my position. That's how you make money. That's how you make a good chunk of money, by snowballing your money back into the stock as it continues to move down lower and lower and lower. You're just continuing to take out profits. And then as it breaks down, you take those profits, put them back into the stock, and now your position is larger. Okay. And so you're getting good levels that you're getting into the stock, but at the same time, you're building up the amount of shares. And that's where you make your money, on the amount of shares. So rather than, again, just go in straight 100 shares and get out 100 shares, I don't do that, because I could get in, you know, 100 shares, but what if it goes against me? Then I took the whole hit on that 100 shares. But if I got in with 20 shares and it goes against me, I didn't take that whole hit. Okay. So I'm really, you know, when I'm trading the stock for a while, and when I say a while, I mean, you know, I want to trade it, let's just say 3 days to 60 days. That is a nice time frame for me to kind of to be in a stock. If I can be in a stock for 3 to 60 days, that's going to be a good position. And that's going to be a builder. Okay, so I'm going to, you know, again, it's just kind of how I go back to this stock right here, Bank of America. Okay, so I'm going to, you know, as it's moving down, you're putting money in your pocket, you know, and then throwing it back in and all that stuff. Just what I said. I don't want to, you know, basically, I'm basically repeating myself, but that's what I am doing. That's what a position trader does. And that's why for me, you know, doing counter trend trading, you can't really build up a position counter trend trading. What you're doing is you're looking more for a pop. You're looking more for like, okay, it's down and I'm seeing some buyers here and I'm gonna just get a quick, you know, 3, 4, 5% off it. I don't want to 3, 4, 5% off of, you know, the stock. What I want to do, I want to try to get 10%, 15% or more out of as much as I can get. As much as I can get, that's what I want to get, a nice chunk of profits. So that's why I really don't counter trend trade. Okay. I don't really do that because, again, it's more like a 100% in and a 100% out. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing at all wrong with that. If that's how you trade, hey, that's awesome. Congrats. You know, that's dope. But for me, like I say, I'm trying to get as much juice out of the stock that I can. So I would rather be trading and slowly kind of building up and having a nice fat position that's, you know, because by the time I'm kind of fully loaded into the stock, I'm basically green. Even if the stock goes against me and stops out, I've already made profits on it. So it's almost like a risk-free trade. So that's why I try to do it, because there's more potential for getting a nice fat reward on these trends if you can kind of, you know, build into them as they're moving down. So the reason I say that, again, looking at Microsoft, you could be a counter trend trader on this. Is a good example of counter trend trading. You can say, oh, you know, I'm going to buy here at the support, and then as it moves up into the resistance, I'm going to sell up here. Okay, so you can do that. There's nothing wrong with that. So that's one way you can do it here. But for me, what I'm going to do is wait until the stock kind of gets going. Once it breaks the lows and it's ready to move lower, then I'm with it. But I don't really want to, you know, play ping pong in it, because then I have to, you know, I would have to almost be 100% in the stock and 100% out. I mean, I guess I could play with a small 20% position, but again, I'd rather just, you know, add to it. So that's how I do it. But if you were to trade Microsoft, I can, you know, I can see maybe trading against the trend on this one. But overall, I see Microsoft continuing to move lower. I would just wait until it breaks these lows. So bearish on Microsoft. Let me oh, what happened?
It doesn't seem like even if they hit something, it's going to be a big deal financially. Well, we've learned obviously the power of it, and obviously
I'm not sure what happened, guys. It disappeared before I can actually rate that I'm bearish on it. But all right, so let's look into the again. Correct. Wrong window. Current. Oh, stock. What's up, stock? In the gym getting a workout. My hands are numb from sitting on them so long. Yeah, man, it's been crazy movement in this market. But welcome stock. Hopefully your Friday is going good, man. What are we looking at? We're looking at another one of Pimp stock. This is TSM and semiconductor. Nice. I like this one. Oh, really zoomed in, huh? All right, I like this one. This is good movement. So automatically, guys, you know I'm bearish on this one. Yeah, this is good. I like this one. What's the range on this? About $4. Okay, $4.46. Okay, what is that? That's, you know, basically, you know, it's about what, 5% or so. Okay. So yeah, this is good. Right here. Okay, so I like this. Definitely like it. The only thing I don't like is the stock has really been moving around. Unless you're willing to take like an 8% stop, that's how I would trade it. You know, like looking at it right now, this stock looks tradable. However, you know the two questions that I ask. I always ask, who is in control of the stock and what is my risk? Well, I know that the sellers are in control of this stock. Okay, great. That's established. But what is the risk on this? The risk on this stock to me is about 8%. I don't want to risk 8%. Okay. Like I always tell you guys, 5 is my max. 5% stop, that's fine. But 8%, that's a little too much. So there's two ways of playing it. You can wait till the stock moves up a little bit. Okay, maybe in that 105. And you could, you know, if I was trading it, I could wait till it comes back to about 105 and then short it up here. And that's going to, you know, short it up right in this area here. I'll zoom in. Okay. Right around 105. And then that's going to help to lower the stop. Okay. So instead of having an 8% stop at 101, if the stock goes to 105, I can short it at 105. And now I'm taking 5%. That is, you know, that's doable. That's doable. But as you know, right here, right now, I wouldn't. It's just too much risk for me. I don't want to risk that much. So there's another way of playing it. Okay, if I don't want to risk 8%, and it never goes back to 105, so I can't, you know, let's say I miss the opportunity to short it with a 5% risk, then I have a third option available. Okay, I can wait for the stock to take out these lows and then go short, okay, depending on how big the movement is. Because if you look at right here, okay, when it did break this low here, it fell pretty big. You know, it fell like 4%. Okay, so it basically fell its range. So if it did bounce, which is normal when the stocks break, if it did bounce, it could come back, and you know, it could come back quickly, and you could be down 5% very easily because you already stretched down 5%, which is, again, the range is about, it's 446. Okay, so I would wait for the breakdown. If I didn't want to trade it right here, I can wait for it to break down these lows and then assess what is my risk at that point. But overall, I like it, and I'm bearish on this one. So yeah, this is a good one, man. This is yeah, this is a good one. And again, it's a good one if you're bearish. Okay, now if you are bullish, then you're looking at the stock the wrong way, because I don't see it stopping, not yet. So let's rate that one as bearish. Oh, and there it is. Oh no, there it is. Why did now I see okay, and Microsoft for Chick, we already went through this with this one. Again, bearish. And now Chick is asking about Ford. What's up with Ford? All right, so Ford, this is another good one for another bearish looking stock. So if you're short, this is that kind of stock. I like to kind of travel back to see, okay, what would have been a good entry on this one, and then I can judge, is it a good entry now? Okay, so I really like this movement that it made right here before it kind of did that dip. Okay, before it like kind of broke down here. This, I like this part. Okay, there was some signs that were pretty good. The only thing I don't like about Ford, again, guys, is this the range on this thing. This thing is, I mean, it's showing that it's only an 83-cent range. But 83 cents is about 6%. Okay. So, yeah, timing is everything. That first initial punch is everything. It was right here, but it, you would have got stopped out. Right here, you would have got stopped out. Okay, before it would have broke, you would have got stopped out, and that means you would have been down a good 5% on this one. It hasn't done anything since. There hasn't really been any real activity, because if you look, yeah, it did kind of pierce these lows, but it really didn't do much. I mean, these little things here, and this is what I mean. Okay, this is what I mean. All right. So all right, see, that was at low. So it really has, it pierced it right here and right here, but it's still holding above that low of 1596. So it hasn't done anything. I would want it to break that 1596 and close under it before I would consider anything. So yeah, I am bearish on this, but it does, it doesn't look like this is an ideal time to kind of, this doesn't seem like an ideal time yet. unless, like I said, unless you're willing to risk like, 8 to 10%, which I'm not. So I would pass on this one until it shows itself worthy. So hope that helps. Let's go into the next one. We got ARNC, Arconic, and this one is Arconic looks. Yep, this one looks pretty good. This was the day though, okay? We missed the train. We should have been loading up here. This is where we should have been loading up. And the problem with this stock here is it has a range of $1.68. Okay, well, actually, no. That's not that bad. $1.68 is, well, again, that's about 6%. Okay, so automatically I'm looking at, okay, I'm going to have to risk 6% on this stock since it normally trades that range. So on this day here, this break right here, that was a time to get in. But would I have got in? No, because, I'm looking at if it would have moved against me, because it moved so far out from its normal range. I mean, you're looking at that day, it moved $2.41. It normally trades $1.68. So it really stretched itself out to the downside. Would I have shorted it here? No way. Because again, I could have, if I would have, and it's at, trading again $2 and what is it, $2.50 compared to $1.68. If it swings back, if it snaps back, I'm going to be down quickly. I mean, look at that. If you short here and it comes back, you're down 11%, 12%. I don't want to take that kind of risk. So while this was the time to short, the risk was just too great for me to get in. And I'm kind of giving you my take on it. So, would I have traded it? How would I have traded it? That's why, yeah, beautiful trade if you're willing to take that kind of risk, which I'm not. So now what's it done? It's just basically, kind of fell down pretty good. Ever since that break, you're already down like 14, 15%. But again, if it would have snapped back against you, you would have been down near that amount, at least 10%. So maybe here, this was a second nice break here. But again, you're looking at, again, like 12, 15%. If you were to short it here and it snaps back, because again, the range on this day is you're looking at a trading range of $2.50, which again, normally it's trading $1.68. And on that day, $1.62. So really outside. That's the thing, do I trade every breakdown, every breakout? No, I don't, because when they break out so huge that they've blown past their range, I really don't like that, because they come back down. You're already, you could already be down further what it normally trades. So ARNC, yeah, I mean, look, I'm bearish on it, but it doesn't seem like there's a good entry on it for me. So I really would have just kind of been watching this. The other thing is, guys, I have been trading options. Okay, I'm exploring options a little bit. I'm not an options trader, but I am exploring it to get a feel for it. This is a stock where maybe I would have just bought an option. Okay, because depending on what the risk is, maybe it's like, all right, I don't mind risking $300. That's fine. Okay, maybe. But that's the only way I kind of would have played this one. Maybe on the options. So hope this helps. And this is Pimps. So Pimp, I hope this helps, man. Like I said, good stocks. The only problem is that they have a strong range. So you could quickly get into this stock and either get stopped out, or you'll have to set a pretty wide stop. Again, 10% or more, which is just way too much for me. There's other things to trade that don't require me to accept so much risk. So I'm gonna rate this one as bearish. Okay, and I hope that helps, man. Fubar, I'm experimenting what the being streaming under crypto, what that does for traffic, because crypto has a lot of traffic, like a lot of traffic. And I don't trade crypto, but I do talk about it. So I'm like, hey, why not? You know, and a lot of those guys, they also, you know, know stocks. So why not? Okay, maybe introduce the stream to other traders out there who normally would not be able to find me. So that's why I kind of threw it under crypto, and we'll see what it does for traffic. So just trying to hack the the Twitch a little bit. Okay, so what else do we got? What else do we got? Let me see here. All right, so that was ARNC, guys, for Pimp Daddy. And then we have Take is asking about KEX Kirby. Let's see what we got with Kirby. All right, nice. I like this. Good, solid uptrend. Good, solid. Where's All right, so let's zoom out. This is nice. Okay, so this is a nice little uptrend. We know where the stock is going. We know who's in control. Now, let's dissect the stock a little further. This was good. This was look at that volume. Boom. This was a really good breakout right here. Okay. So this was the time. Okay, this was the time to start kind of going into the stock right here. That was a signal. Entry point right there. I like what it did on Thursday. This was pretty neat. So this could have been another, you know, this right here I would have added to my position as it breaks again to higher highs. It would have added a little bit more to my position here. So yeah, this is a good one. And you know what? Look, this one it trades $2.42. So you know you're looking at. All right, it's going to be above. You know, you're going to be stretching out of that range. But 5%. Raise this up a little bit. 5% stop on this one would be ideal for me if I was going to get into this. I could buy. I would buy it. I wouldn't want to pay more than what it closed at on that day. Okay, so what did it closed at? 73.27. Okay, so if I was going to trade this stock and get into it, I wouldn't want to pay more than that day right here, 73.27. Okay, if I can get it cheaper, that's even better. Okay, and I would, you know, maybe like somewhere like a 5% stop for me if I was going to trade it. But this looks pretty good. Let's check something though, guys, because when the minute I like something, I'm like, hey, this looks pretty good. You know, let me take some shares. The last thing that I do is I want to check to see. When is earnings, and you got earnings. Oh, what the heck? So you got earnings on Kirby, which what the heck is going on with my mouse? Earnings is about. Damn it! I think my mouse is. It's time for a new mouse. I'm clicking once, it like clicks twice. Frustrating. All right, guys. So earnings is 47 days away on Kirby, which is great. Okay. If it was 4 days away, I wouldn't trade it. If it was 5 days away, I'm not going to trade it. Okay. Anything that's within 5 days of earnings, I don't trade it. So Kirby is, yeah, you got good time until, you're not going to get any earnings going for another 47 days. So Kirby's this seems like this would be a pretty good trade for me. I probably would take this trade here, and maybe even look at some options on this one. Maybe look at some options on KEX. Yeah, I'm gonna add this one actually to my watch list. I'm gonna add this one to my watch list because again, I like it. I like this one. This one looks pretty good. Majority of the group looks like this. Nice going, nice. Yeah. See, so Stock likes it too, and Stock is a breakout player. So guys, by the way, if you're not following Stock Market, follow him. He has a pretty cool channel. Good guy, and yeah, he's a good friend. Okay, a good Twitch friend that we kind of linked up. We found out that we worked at the at the same financial firm for a little while. So he's been in the business for a while, and again, he is a breakout player. So if he likes this one, yeah, it's a pretty good sign. So I like this one too. Again, like I said, what I like about this one is, the stop is, it's something that I can do. I can take a 5% risk. Again, that's kind of, I want to take anything under. Okay, but at 5, that's all right. 5 is like, okay, decent. That's I don't mind doing that. Anything above that, that's when it's like, now let's move on to the next. Let's see what else is out there. There's hundreds of stocks. Let's go to the next one. We don't need to settle for sloppy trading stocks. That's the other thing, guys. Be picky on what you trade. You can be picky. So if you see something you don't like it, go to the next one. Okay, that's how I do my watch list. So like, let's say I was doing a scan right now and I came across Kirby. I would add this one to the watch list and then just continue scanning. And then by the time I'm done, I may have 15 or 20 or more stocks on my watch list that I can go through and pick the cream of the crop. Find the best one, find the one that has the least amount of risk, and that's the one that I'm going to kind of get into. So Kirby would be I added that to my list, and I may trade this one. I'm not 100% sure. Let me see though. Let me make sure.
Consumer confidence number was the lowest since 2011,
okay, so it does not trade in the S&P 500, and it's not even in the high cap 1000. So yeah, I wouldn't if it doesn't trade in the S&P 500, or at least the high cap 1000s, I don't trade it unless it's a CanSlim stock. Okay. If it's a CanSlim stock, then I will trade it, but I don't think I don't know if KEX is. I would have to go to IBD to see if it matches our criteria for a CanSlim. But typically I'm only trading the Dow 30, S&P 100, and the Nasdaq 100. Anything outside of that, I really don't touch it. Okay. Which I wanted to talk a little bit about fundamentals and whatnot, because I heard somebody say something about fundamentals and how traders look at fundamentals, and I thought I would kind of touch a little bit about that. So we'll do that. What else do we have? Do we have any more in there? All right, so KEX gets the bullish. Thank you for that as well. Like I said, I just kind of added that in to my watch list. So we're all benefiting. Zim, what's this? This is Chick. Chick, what are you bringing to me, man? All right, this looks pretty good. Another winner. Okay, another nice trending stock. Got buyers fully in control of this one, and you got a breakout today. Okay, good volume on the breakout. That is not bad. Okay. Good volume. The only thing I don't like about this one is, again, this one looks like I'd have to be risking more than 10%. Okay. Because the low, yeah. This is too much risk for me. If you put a 5% stop on this one, it's highly likely that this will get stopped out. You really want to place a stop that's I mean, 419 is right about here. Okay. It could very easily hit that because it's been thrashing around like crazy. Okay. Let me see here. I want to edit something here.
Yes, Steve.
Can I end this lousy week on at least one perhaps naive?
Yeah, the last 5 days, you got a range of $5. Okay. The last 4 range, 503. The last 3 days, 528. And the last 2 days, 455. So I'm gonna leave my ATR at 5 days. Okay. Because that will show us right away how much this has, how it's moved for the week. So yeah, $5 on this one. Right. Again, you're automatically looking at 6% or so, 5 to 6% automatically, but it's moved quite, it's really swinged around. So if I was going to buy it, yeah, it's just too much risk for me on this one, but I like it. Okay. So if you're willing to risk more than 5% on Zim, not bad. Not bad. So I'll put this one, and let me see what is this trade in? Is this in the S&P? That's not. And what about the high cap? Oh, okay, so it is in the high cap 1000. So this is, this is a potential. Like I said, if it's not in the 1000s, then I don't do it. I don't do it, guys. But Zim, let's give this a rating. This one's bullish. Okay, so Zim gets bullish. Fubar, what's up, Fubar? How's your Friday going, man? Good to see you. Let's see what Fubar is bringing to the table. MNQ. What is this? I'm not even pulling it up. Mutual funds. Sorry, wrong one. I don't see this one. MNQ. Is that the right symbol, Fubar? Because I don't get this. It looks like it's a mutual fund. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, the futures. All right, the Qs. All right. The Qs. Let's just go to the Q so we all can see it. Well, guys, as you can tell, the Qs have been brutalized. Okay. They've been taken out. Tech has just been having a heck of a time. I am bearish on the Qs, and I have been, but you did get a little bit of a pop right up here, okay? After you had this big down day, which is the 24th, I talked about the 24th. That was a key day, February 24th. The plunger team came in and really rescued the market. They did not want it to go any further. And rescuing they did, because you had a huge reversal that day. And but what happened? Well, it was a fake out, okay? A couple people were asking, well, oh, is this the time to buy? Guys, as long as you are in a downtrend, it's never the time to buy, okay? It's the time to sell. If you see everybody selling it, then it's a seller's market. It's in a downtrend. The sellers are in control. That's, again, the first question, who is in control? If the sellers are in control, it's not a time to buy because the sellers are in control. Okay. So, this movement on the 24th was nothing more than just the plunger team and, financial engineering in the market. That failed. And I say it failed because, look, they closed it at 345.77. Okay. And what happened? It gave it all back. Okay. It came all the way back down. Did it go back to the lows? No, it did not. It didn't go to the lows. It got very close, though. We got about $1.68 close to those lows. Okay. Short of the lows. So everything that it all the money they pumped in on the 24th, it just, it got taken out. So, but I wouldn't, if I was going to short the Qs, I wouldn't short it until I break these lows. Okay. I see that, the bullish, the bears are in control of the Qs. No doubt about that. no doubt about it. But I need to wait till they make that second run, or actually not the second run. It's they've been running on the Qs for a while. But what I need to wait for the Bears to come in and bring the Qs and take them down to a lower low, which they have not done. Okay, and this is really the test right here. Right here, this is the test. So guys, if you're watching, and again, I'll talk about this on Monday, but this right here is a test. If they can break this low, that's going to be good. But you have a lot of manipulation, and they are defending this. They do not want the Qs to break this low, because then it's going to get even uglier. Okay, we don't know where it can stop. It can it can drop 50 points, or it could drop 350 points. We don't know. All we know is that right here this is the edge. So if it goes over the edge, we don't know how far it could fall. So that's why I wouldn't, if I was going to short the index, I would wait until it does, break that low. Right now, it may continue to move sideways. You might see days where it just, gets rallied up. That's what we're in. Okay. That's, we're in that, we're in the market where it's just, crazy movement and crazy swings all over the place. So, as we get lower, that's going to be something to look at, because we can get really low and then they can come in and say, who knows, these guys have so much, so much news that they use. They can come in and say, I don't know, that Putin is in talks and things look good, and there you go, the market's up 500 points. Okay, so and then the next day the market's down 500 points or 600 points, and they'll just again, there's more fighting, and so they they're just it's cafeteria style. Okay, they just pick whatever's going on, and that's the reason the market is down. Whole bunch of nonsense, guys. But that as we get closer to that low FUBAR, you just really keep an eye on it. Everybody's watching and everybody's waiting. Is it going to break the lows, or are they actually going to continue to hold it here? Okay, can they hold it, and not only hold it, but could they rally it from this point on? Because they definitely could. Okay, they do not want it to break under that, so they're going to throw the kitchen sink. They're going to throw everything they can to make sure it doesn't do that. We just got to watch to see if it's enough. So bearish on the Qs, bearish on the whole market, man. I'm bearish on everything. But I wouldn't get in until we see those lows being taken out. Until then, just kind of watch. Okay, watch and see, because nobody's buying, guys. Nobody's buying. Look at this. Okay, nobody's buying. Okay, it's just a question if you just see a massive sell-off that happens when it breaks these lows. So yeah, that's my take on the Qs, guys. We are still in a downtrend. We're still, this is still bear territory, and it's good for those of us who are short. This is good. This is good for our books. Take Note says, I'm honestly surprised Kirby took so long to move up, since they have a great assets along the Mississippi River. Again, I'm really looking. I'll get into that on how I look at fundamentals, but I don't trade primarily off the fundamentals. Fundamentals do have a space, but I don't trade off of them like that. So that's kind of, at some point it's neither here nor there. As long as the fundamentals are enough to keep this in the, again, at the very least, the high cap 1,000. Okay, as long as the company is of that stature, that's fine for me. Okay, that's fine for me. And again, I'll talk a little bit more about that. And what else do we have, guys? Do you have any more? I'm going to shut the queue off in a moment. But I do. Yeah, let me go ahead and close the queue for now. And then wanted to talk a little bit about kind of stuff going on. Okay, now that we kind of looked at some stocks, again, I want to leave talking about the market a little bit. Take Note says, FUBAR says, what is your opinion on trading stocks and futures and the differences? I don't trade futures, FUBAR. So I really don't have an opinion on it. I don't know, I don't really trade the futures. I don't have enough experience with trading the futures to really chime in and say. So yeah, can't really speak much on that. But you said for my strategy, I'm long at 12,750. That's for now. Yeah, well, as long as you just have a stop. I mean, look, if you're long on the Qs, then you're doing what I was mentioning, that counter trend trading. Okay, and you're basically, you either think it's going to come back up and break out through these. But the thing is that there's no confirmation yet. So I get, the counter trend traders, I understand that. And again, I trade counter trend every now and then. I try not to, though, just because it doesn't go much with my overall objective of what I'm trying to do, which is, build positions. But, when these stocks make lows, you do have buyers who come in here and try to counter trend trade where they make the low, and of course it's not going to continue moving low, but you're going to get a lower high, a lower low, and then the stock will move back up and create a lower low. Let me rephrase that. The stock will break down, create a lower low, then you get counter trend traders in there who will come in and buy the stock and try to trade it as it gets up and creates another lower high, and then that's where they kind of get out. Okay, so, or some of them just, may think that this is the bottom, that the market has put in a bottom, which that is that's something that I kind of disagree with. You have CNBC, a lot of them were talking about that, but until you get an uptrend, this stock is, the market's still moving down. Okay, the sellers are still in control. So for me, I don't want to buy a stock unless the buyers are in control. If I am taking on the majority of sellers, the odds are not in my favor. So I always try to go more with the odds. Again, though, I understand that people do counter trend trading. If you are counter trend trading and you're consistently making money and you're doing well, shout out to you. That's awesome. But for me, I try to put the odds in my favor and just take the path of least resistance. Okay. So, but shout out to Fubar for this one, man. Thank you for putting the Qs. So a chick says, I counter trend when a stock bounces. Yes, that makes sense, chick. Like, you can do that for sure. That's the time to do it when it's when it's moving sideways and it's just in a channel. That's the time to do it. And it works in that time. But like I said, for me, for somebody who is position trading, who's trying to, build up a position in a trade, you can't really do that in a channel when it's just kind of ping ponging back and forth, because it's not really, it's not really going anywhere. So I understand that. And, again, you guys are doing that, making money. That's awesome. Congrats to you guys. That is, it's good trading if you're making money doing that. For me, it's a little, I could do it, but I don't like taking 100% in. I guess I could, like I said, take 20% in and, just trade that. But, look, here's the thing, guys. I'm a greedy trader. Okay. I want to take the fattest chunk of profits that I can out of the stock, which is why I don't like day trading, because you're taking pennies. Maybe quarters, maybe dollars, right? But when you're swing trading, now the rewards are even bigger. And when you're position trading, now the rewards are even bigger than when you were swing trading. So that's why I try to, catch those trends, because, I can just get some nice fat profits out of them. At least that's the goal. And yeah, that's always the goal. That's always a goal. VTR is one that I am in, and is kind of a good example of the stock making it, broke out. And as it broke out, I started, getting into this and adding and taking profits and adding, because it really shot out. So where the counter trend traders would have traded in this, back and forth range right here sideways, I was right, here. Okay, I was waiting for that breakout, and then that's where I kind of get into it. Okay, and I've been trading more of the breakouts. So because the market is just, it's running wild, and when it runs, that's really swinging. So if you can get in and it just shoots off to the upside, that's what I like. So anyways, let me Take says GATX. This is a good example of a breakout that doesn't end. Well, this one did. It was going for a while, and now it really shot off. That's okay. You bring up a good point, Take. The
Carter continues his theme of precision positioning.
all right, so here's the thing. The longer that the stocks trade sideways, when they finally do break up or break down, it's usually a real, there's so much pressure. The longer that they're going sideways, the more pressure for the breakout, which is nice. Okay, so the fact that GATX just broke out, this is really good. This is a nice one. Okay, so we shall see. So yeah, I mean, how long did it trade in this? It traded. Wow. Okay. So yeah, it's like 4 months, almost 5 months. 5 months of going sideways, and finally it breaks out. So this could move. Who knows how high it can go? But this is a lot of pressure. It's almost like half a year pressure. Fubar says, so what do you look for now? Takes for me likes defense stocks and producers of canned foods, etc. Okay, so I've been looking a lot at energy. I mean, you can see what I'm trading. You can see what I'm in right here, Fubar. Shorting. I'll go through and kind of show you guys what I'm shorting. So I've been shorting Accenture. Okay, been shorting tech. But real estate. This one has been, this is in a range. Okay, this is one that I just got recently, and not 100% on this one, guys. I'll be honest. Okay, but it did look like it, starting to kind of make this move to the upside, and I like that. You have a MACD kind of moving up. You got stochastics really strong. It's been holding the 50 and the 20 really, really strong. So I did take a position on BXP, on Boston Properties, and it's 0.25%, so it's not bad. But REITs have been, a lot of REITs have been kind of moving up. And why? Because of inflation. Okay, rents are going to go up. Rents are going to go up higher. So you've been seeing a little bit more of buying activity in the REITs. Also Colgate. Okay, Campbell Soup. I got a put. You can see I got a put on Campbell Soup. So I'm short on Campbell Soup. Colgate. I'm short on Colgate. Okay, just you would think that Colgate would, this is more like a defensive, but it's been getting, it's been getting hit. Sellers have been taking control, so I want to kind of go with that. So I've been short on Colgate, and that's been a really good trade, by the way. Colgate, I've been doing nice on Colgate. So what else? Let me see here. I mean, there's a lot of stuff, guys. I got Discovery that I went short in. Dollar Tree is one of my longs. This is a new one, General Mills. Okay, been short on General Mills. MasterCard. Mondelez. This is another defensive that's just having a heck of a time. Okay, it hasn't been fun for Mondelez, so this is another short. And generally, guys, I've been I'm a lot more short than I am long. Okay, I'd probably say I'm about 30, probably like 40%. Okay, that's the mix. So 60% short and like 40% long, somewhere around there. Okay, the only longs that I have is Boston Properties, Dollar Tree, Walmart. I did go long on Walmart. You can see right here. Went long on Walmart, and and VTR, another real estate REIT, and energy. Next Era. Okay, Next Era is another one that it looks like it's kind of starting to move up. It popped through the 50 really good. We'll see how Next Era does. It did get close to being stopped out, so probably and actually I'm sorry, it did get close. But this is another one that I'm long in. Okay, so I think it's going to start moving up. I like, it was in a downtrend. Guys, this is a good example of when I go long. Okay, I don't go long in here when it's in the downtrend, but as you can see on this day, look, let me draw that for you because this is good. Okay, as you can see, let's let me take all these out. Okay, so you guys can really see the price and the movement. Okay, so as you can see, it was in a nice downtrend for a good bit. Okay, let's say like right there. Okay, downtrend down, but right here, this is the key moment when it finally broke out of this downtrend right here on this day. Okay, now would I buy on this day? No, because it could come back down. But once it broke out, it failed to make a lower low, and instead it started making higher highs because the last lower high was over here. Okay, and let me draw that line there. Okay, trying to get that in. Okay, you had a lower high right here, and then you had a lower high right here. When it broke out of the downtrend, it broke above this lower high on the 4th. So two signs right there that that it's out of the trend. Okay. The first sign is when it breaks out here, and the second sign is when it breaks that lower high and it moves higher. It creates a higher high. So that's a good indication that the stock is already, pretty much either leveling off or it's getting ready to move back to the upside, because that's what they do. They move down, so you can short it on the way down and then go long on the way up. Okay. And I was short on knee, by the way. Let me see here. Yeah, so knee was another one that I was short on this one, and now long. Okay, so you can short it on the way down, buy it back, go long on the way up, and it looks like it's going to start doing that. Let me put my moving averages back on the. There we go. Okay. All right. So, my chat is paused. Street is mentioning. I don't want to. Let me make sure I didn't forget anybody. In stock. What's up, Jerry? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Welcome. Welcome. Shout out to Stock for answering one of the questions posed by Fubar. You do some positional stuff. Okay, cool. Street is mentioning a lot of shorts. There's a reason for that. 3 out of 4 stocks will move like the futures market sentiment. Yeah. Fubar, just hedging should affect the price a little bit. Okay, cool. See, all right. So, guys, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to wrap up the stream, because I do want to. Normally, I go a little bit longer. Let me clear that up. And stream for, at least try to stream for a few hours. But I want to make a video, and I want to start posting on YouTube. Which, by the way, guys, if you're not following me on YouTube, please help me. Okay, I only have like 25 subscribers, guys, but I don't have a great deal of videos on YouTube. So the plan is to do a video for YouTube and start doing more. And doing also these market recaps and putting them on there. I mean, this was a live stream, not really a recap, but I do want to talk a little bit about that. So if you're not following me on YouTube, guys, it would help if you could follow me on that. And yeah, that would That would help, guys. But anyways, so I'm going to be streaming again. Look at the spiders, the Qs, the Dow, everything in the downtrend. Everything. Okay. So don't get too excited yet. Okay. If we're going to see some activity, we'll see it. A couple things I want to talk about before I get out. You had, okay, so get the mic straightened out. You had the what would we call this week? What did Biden call it? He called it the adjust the mic. He called it the Putin price hike. That's what he was calling it, right? Yeah, so all of everything moving, all kinds of commodities, guys. Okay, I want to talk about this because it's very, very important that we don't fall for the shenanigans, okay, that they're talking about. But Biden came out and he called it the Putin price hike, okay? Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, okay? And now Bidenstein, that's what I'm going to call him. This guy's like Bidenstein comes out, freaking clown of a president. Yes, my feelings on Biden, okay? The thing is this, man, okay? And it's not just Biden, but it's all politicians. They're all, they come out and, they're fantastic liars. Fantastic liars, President Bidenstein comes out and what does he tell us? That the fault of inflation is because of Vladimir Putin. Okay, but here's the thing about inflation. The news will almost always blame whoever is in office for inflation, whether it's a Republican president or a Democrat president. It doesn't matter. They'll always blame whoever is in office for the inflation. Okay, they're usually to be blamed. Okay, but the reality is that the inflation didn't start with Biden. Inflation started becoming a problem with who? Jerome Powell. Okay, the chairman of the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve is the nucleus. Okay, this is the creator of inflation. It's a creator of it. So really, the driver of all this inflation is Jay Powell. Period. Okay, and if you caught my last live stream last Monday, I was talking about bubbles and about how Jay Powell is the author of all the bubbles that we've seen and we've been seeing. The IPO bubbles, the SPACs, the crypto, the tech stocks, la-di-da-di-da. Okay, and of course, we haven't even seen the housing bubble pop. We haven't seen that, which, that could be next in line. So the Fed is creating the inflation. The problem is that most people don't understand the Federal Reserve. They don't understand how introducing more money into the money supply creates inflation. So Powell is the author of inflation. But of course, if you're Biden, you can't blame Powell because it reflects badly on his leadership. So Biden does what all politicians do when things are their fault. They lie. So it's Putin's fault. Last time I checked, Putin didn't run the Federal Reserve, though. Okay. So this is absolute nonsense and it's complete misinformation. Instead of Biden making energy policies to keep us energy independent, he's blaming Putin. This is how ridiculous that this man is. Now, I don't want to get too into the politics, okay, and step on anyone's feet, but it's important that we say that because again, I don't even know, unless you are kind of just not up to date on these things and you don't understand how the markets work and inflation, I don't know who would believe that blatant lie. I mean, it's Vladimir Putin's fault. Now, look, I'm not saying that the war is not exacerbating anything. Okay, it is. But the fault of inflation is the Fed. Okay, so getting back to the markets, this week was, like I said, commodities was the mover. And I said that on my last live stream about commodities. I talked about the financials, which were absolutely weak. and growth stock absolutely weak. The semi is pretty much the same exact thing. So we also had a strange mix though. Okay. And you had this mix where a lot of oil stocks were actually really moving positive, but oil prices were actually moving down. It was kind of strange. On Tuesday, you had oil hit a high of 130. Okay, and yesterday oil was at 102. So that's a pretty good sell-off that occurred in oil, but it really didn't move the oil stocks that much. So right now we are at 110 on oil, I believe, last time I checked earlier today. So we did have a sell-off this week in oil. And a lot of this stuff I'm going to talk when I do my YouTube video. This is what I want to talk about. Okay, a lot of this stuff that's going on. The commodities, a lot of movement in commodities. You had movement in coal, you had movement in agriculture, fertilizer, gold, steel, aluminum, commodities. Okay, guys, you had movement also in the sectors which affect commodities, like the transports, the rails. Here's one stock that actually saw some good activity here. CSX. Okay. This is a rails. Okay. See this little spike right here? This saw some good reaction to commodities. Okay. Why? Because they deliver commodities. You also saw Caterpillar. Okay. Caterpillar started moving to the upside as well. FMC. This is agriculture. Okay. Look at this, really, really nice. All these stocks, these stocks I would be long in. Okay. And I'm looking at going long on these stocks as well. Okay. But FMC, again, this is in agriculture. And look, I tell you guys, if the bulls have left the majority of the sectors, they found a home right here in commodities. This is extremely bullish right now in commodities in general, all this stuff that's going on. Now, as far as the market sentiment, today we had 500 stocks making new yearly lows. Okay. Now compare that to 138 that are making new yearly highs. So, welcome to the bull market, the bear market. The bulls are gone. Okay. They are gone. The bears are completely in control here. And, again, if you've been watching, I told everyone, when I was streaming weeks ago, that we were in a bear market long before CNBC, actually officially mentioned it. Okay. But this has been the story. When the market was making new highs, high after high after high, the S&P, you look at the S&P back here, just let me erase these, by the way. Okay. You look at the S&P, and back here was just making highs, all of that. Okay. The majority of the stocks, even when the markets were making all-time highs, the majority were already in bearish territories and they were breaking down. Now, of course, you had CNBC they were just reporting, the highs that the market was making, but 2,000 or so, give or take, of the other stocks were falling by the wayside. So we've been in a bearish market for a while, guys. It's only those who are watching the CNBC cheerleaders who are actually late to the party, which is pretty much, as usually how they are. But as far as NASDAQ, which is where you find the majority of the growth stocks, again, let's just pull up those Qs. It's just demolished, guys. It continues to get destroyed. Now, again, the defensive stocks, they have been holding a little bit of strength, but you do have pullbacks, okay? But a little bit of strength nonetheless. So to sum it up, we have an inflationary bullish market, okay? But everything else is getting crushed. Now, speaking of lows, by the way, though, guys, I want to show you this. Look at BABA. That stock, BABA, just making new lows, just continue to just, it just doesn't stop. This stock just does not continue to stop moving lower. Baidu, same. Look at the nasty activity on Baidu today, down 12%. Another just nasty looking stock. These stocks just are heading south. I mean, they just don't stop, guys. It's crazy. All these Chinese ADRs, they've been making new yearly lows. Like every day, it's like nonstop on these things. These companies topped out a long time ago, though. That's the thing. There was red flags all over the place with these companies, and I didn't expect that they would get wrecked this bad. I didn't expect to see Baba just continuously making new lower lows almost like every day, every week. But that's the thing, guys. Once you get this downtrend, once the downtrend forms, you need to listen to what's happening. Okay? You need to listen to what the market is telling you. Most people get destroyed, and most people destroy their accounts. Actually, I'm pretty sure a lot of people who bought this stock as it was making lower lows got killed on it. Okay. A lot of people got wiped out on Baba, and it's just not Baba. It's PayPal. Okay. Same exact deal on PayPal. It's Zoom. Okay. Most people, their accounts get destroyed because they buy stocks again that are in downtrends, and they think that magically they found a bottom, or they know where the stock is going to stop falling. And, look, if you don't believe me, ask the people who own these stocks. There is many of them. If you know any people trading who have, traded these stocks were, they were loved by many of the traders. All the retailers love Zoom. They love PayPal. They love all of these stocks. These stocks were overloved, in my opinion, and all of them are down. Look at PayPal. Look at PayPal. Let's see. Okay, PayPal is down 68, like 70%. What was Zoom? What is Zoom down? Zoom is down 80%. So hopefully you guys weren't in these stocks, okay? But again, lots of people traded these stocks with like no stops, and worse, they dollar cost average the whole way down. This is why I am very much against dollar cost averaging. Okay, this is I've been in the financial industry, guys. I was a professional. I never did that to my clients. I thought it was cruel to do that. Okay, because you, instead of making one wrong trade, you start making a series of wrong trades. So I never did it. I hated it. And when they said, "Hey, you know what? Let's call up your clients. Let's get them in." That's why I moved into trading. I love trading. Okay, I loved it. That's where I wanted to get into, where you're making money, off of your calls. Okay, instead of just milking your clients and getting commissions. Just morally, I had a problem with it. But I very much had a problem with dollar cost averaging, and there was no doubt a lot of people who were dollar cost averaging these stocks all the way down, making a series of bad trades as the whole thing goes down. They'll probably never recover, hopefully. But these are stocks that when you get hit this hard and you've been dollar cost averaging, this is what you say. You say, well, it has to come back at some point. So you turn into a long-term investor. And there's people who've held stocks for 10 years waiting for them to come back, all because they didn't set a stop, or because, again, they didn't see this. They bought stocks in the middle of downtrends. So, and again, a lot of these stocks were the Wall Street darlings, guys. I mean, you had huge, funds. The great majority of funds owned this stuff. This is not penny trash stocks. These are, the Roku. These are stocks that we know. These are stocks that, CNBC was championing, and people were, funds were buying this and adding this into their funds. So, why are they down so much? And I tell you, it's competition, but a big reason is because these stocks were overvalued. People were paying top dollar for companies that were ridiculously priced, overvalued. Here's a good one. DocuSign. Completely ridiculous valuation on DocuSign, okay? And just destroyed after earnings. Look at today. Look at the earnings, okay? Down 20%. And again, this is also a reason why I avoid holding positions that are going into earnings. I don't do that. I get rid of them. I sell out of them, okay? I think I say this at least once during every live stream, and there's a reason for it, okay? Is because the day you hold a stock with earnings that go against you, that's the day where you wake up and you're down 20%, like if you bought DocuSign on earnings, okay? So I don't mind saying it every day, every time I stream. I don't mind warning you guys about the dangers of playing stocks that are playing earnings. Okay, if it means that I can save a couple of you from, a potential 20% drop in your account, then I don't mind saying it. But this is exactly why I don't trade these stocks, these earning stocks. Okay, just absolutely don't do it. And guys, I've said a lot of times on my channel that I don't look at the fundamentals. I don't trade. I just trade off the technicals. And this is true. And this is what I wanted to talk about a little bit. Okay, because I know Take was talking about, this company is getting a contract, or they have good locations or something like that. Some fundamental reason why the stock should be going doing better. Okay, so I want to clarify this a little bit. Okay, there's a reason why I only trade stocks that are in the Dow 30, the S&P 100, and the Nasdaq 100, and I avoid anything outside the indices. The reason for that, I don't trade the penny stocks. I don't trade the IPOs. I don't trade SPACs. I don't trade, anything like that. Okay. And the reason I don't trade these penny stocks and all of those things is because of fundamentals. Okay. While I don't buy off of fundamentals, I do want to make sure that the companies that I am trading are financially sound companies. Does it make sense? Okay. In bull markets, I'm trading stocks and I'm looking for growth. Okay. Now, why? Well, growth is where you're going to find some really strong returns for sure. That's where you're going to get some real movers, 20, 30, 40, maybe even 60% in a year if it's really moving. Okay. So you can find large returns. And it's important that I stress to you that the fundamentals are important. Okay. They absolutely are important. Okay. I don't buy off fundamentals. But if I didn't care for the fundamentals, then I trade any stock that looked good technically. I would trade a penny stock. I would trade anything because all I would just be concerned with is just the technicals. So I am trading off technicals for sure. But again, I want to make sure that the companies are financially sound. I'm not just trading just this. There is a fundamental component to my trading for sure. Because, But again, I don't just trade any stock just because, I see a pattern right here and that looks pretty good. If the company is trash and it's just not a financially sound company, I don't want to trade it. Okay. And I don't, because some companies just aren't worth the money. Literally, they're not worth it. Okay. So why trade them? Now, I'm not trying to talk you guys out of trading whatever it is that you want to trade or however you want to trade, especially for those of you guys who watch regularly. I don't like telling people what to do with their money. Okay. I'm just trying to help keep, to help you keep that money. Okay. So again, as a position trader, I'm not looking for quick pops. So I'm not looking for a quick 10 to 20% pop in a day in the price. That's why I avoid earnings. My whole primary concern in trading in the markets is to avoid losing money, like I always say. So I need to find stocks that I can get in and out of very easily, stocks that have the liquidity that I need. So if I get into a stock and it does go south, I can quickly get out, and I can get out easily without facing huge losses. But in thinly traded stocks, that may not be possible because of spreads. So in thinly traded stocks, you have less market makers in the stocks, and less market makers means that it's easier for them to manipulate the price of the stock. Okay. It's easier for them to control the price. Picture the market makers like car salesmen. Okay. If you go buy a car and you have 20 salesmen on the lot, but you only have 2 customers shopping for a vehicle, all of those salesmen are going to be fighting over each other for the sale. So you have all of them trying to fight for your money. They will be fighting amongst themselves on who gets to talk to you first to try to get you to buy a car. Now reverse that. Okay. If you only have 2 salesmen and you have 20 customers, what do you have? You have a lot less initiative from the salesman to give you a better service. Why? Because they don't have to compete with each other. There's only 2 salesmen there. Okay. There's not 20. And there's 20 customers. So they can lose a potential sale because they have 19 other people that are ready in line behind you. This is the case with market makers. The more market makers, the better the price, the stronger the liquidity. Now, fundamentally, going back to, what does this have to do with fundamentals? All the fundamentals in the stock. Well, you have to ask yourself, why would market makers want to trade, say, Home Depot versus, some unknown penny stock? The reason for that is customers, name recognition, ultimately more traffic, okay? Because every month 401k, if you're like BlackRock or you're a mutual fund company or a 401k, provider, every month these companies, everyone who has a 401k, every month they're buying billions of dollars worth of McDonald's, worth of Home Depot, worth of Microsoft, okay, for all of the people's 401ks. So if you're a market maker, your bread and butter is traffic. Your bread and butter is that volume, okay? The more volume, the more money you're going to make. So you have a lot more market makers that are competing with one another for that traffic. And what is that? That's liquidity. So again, do fundamentals matter to a trader, to professional traders? Without a doubt, they do, okay? Because that's where you get, again, companies that are financially sound, okay? Now, I trade off the technicals, but I need to make sure that the companies that I am trading are supported by institutions, okay? That they have that market maker, that they have all of that liquidity flow. This is pretty much like trading with a safety net under you. The better the fundamentals, for me, the better the trade. Okay. That, again, I don't buy off fundamentals. That's like step one though. Okay. I'm going to be making some trades. There's thousands of stocks out there. Which ones am I going to trade? I want the ones that have the strongest fundamentals. And those are the ones that now I can shift and look at technically. Okay. So I did want to put that out there because, they do matter. And I thought, I think I need to clarify that a little bit, on how they are important. There is a place for it. Okay. This is like playing golf. Okay. This is like if you're playing golf on a good golf course versus the neighborhood park. Okay. You can go and hit the ball and you could have a great swing just going down to the park. Okay. But the playground is not, it's not meant to be a golf course. Okay. So it's not tended for that. So, the thing is that when I'm trading stocks that again have decent fundamentals, it's tended for a better trade. Okay. It's, that I can do versus I'm just trading something just because of the pattern. So hopefully that makes sense, guys. I don't know. I thought that it'd be important to clarify that. And that fundamentals do have a space, but you're not going to see me saying, oh, well, this one, the fundamentals on this are great, I'm going to go ahead and buy some shares. No. Fundamentals where it kind of starts with. And then from there, it's like, it's like, it's like a funnel. Okay. On the top is fundamentals and it all comes down and, in the center is the technicals. Okay. And then you have your risk management and you have, all of that other stuff. But definitely I did want to make sure to kind of put that out there. So again, I hope that helps you guys understand that, yes, fundamentals are important for me as a trader and why. Okay. So, and that's pretty much it, guys. That's pretty much all I have. So if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I think I'm good to go. And I had a pretty good time. We looked at some stocks. I kind of went through. You guys can see everything that I'm in. Right here again. Pretty good week, solid week. Made some money. I am in the green, and we'll see how next week plays out. So I'll be streaming again on Monday, and we'll take it from there. So let me read a comment here. Take note says, inflation has been the biggest enemy of democracy. It killed Rome, many governments in South America as well. If we act, yeah, that's the thing about inflation. What's up, Sly? How you doing? I also want to, guys, I need to get my YouTube going. I have so much that I want to talk that I need to put out there. I see so many videos talking about this is the end of the world. Okay, that the market's it's the end of the markets. I love Peter Schiff. Love Peter Schiff. Peter Schiff is one of these, it's the end of the markets though, and the currency is going to collapse, and that's pretty much it. I am not of that camp, guys. Okay, I see big problems. I see, the market getting hit and getting hit hard, and I see, I see the market going down and taking a significant drop. But by no means am I, it's like, oh, the market is going to collapse and it's the end of the Western world. I don't believe in that. And there's so much out there like that. There's so much. I mean, Robert Kiyosaki, a lot of guys that I love watching. Okay. But it's, again, as someone who traded professionally, it's you have to understand the economics, and I kind of feel like all they mention is just the Fed, and the Fed is a big problem. The Fed is the creator of inflation, but the Fed is also the creator of the liquidity, and that's something that people fail to mention. Okay, is that if you take your money out of the market, where is it going to go? Okay, and I don't mean like whatever 50,000, 100,000, whatever we may have in our trading accounts. I'm talking about billions of dollars. It has to go somewhere. Okay, so it's not going to the European markets, and it's not going to the Chinese markets. They've done a good job at really, they're not growing. Okay, even though we hear about all this stock, they're really not growing. So the only place to put your money is here in the States. It's the safest kind of bet. So if you have $1 billion, where are you going to put it? Okay, that's the thing, and that, you can't just take that money and put it in your, where you can't just put it in the bank, right? That money needs to go somewhere, especially if you're like a large, again, you're a huge institution. Where are you going to put it? Bonds? Yeah. But are you going to put it all in bonds? Of course not. Okay. No way. That's this. So it has to go. It has to flow. And that's where I think people kind of, with the whole doom and gloom, they don't understand that. They get that wrong. Okay. Is that as long as liquidity is there, then you will have, you have a market. It's when liquidity dries up that you have awful crashes. And we're not really we're not really drying up with liquidity last time I checked. So again, this is kind of a quick and dirty, but I do want to do a YouTube video where I explain a little bit more about this, because there is a lot of guys out there talking about, it's pretty much the end of the world and the market's going to crash and that's it. And nothing could be further from the truth. We are going to have a crash. Okay. I don't know how significant it'll be. I think it's going to be serious, but it's, the markets will continue to trade. And you don't hear that part though. You don't hear that part of the narrative. Cheese. Yes, I do have a Discord community. Let me share the link with you. I need to put it in the, I need to put my Discord just, like in my bio, but, yeah, let me send you the invite. Okay. And okay, so let me put this in here for all of you guys and girls and everybody in the room. What's up, AC? Guys, there you go. That is my Discord community. It's in the works. Okay, so I'm gradually building up all this stuff. A lot of you guys are messaging me, hey, what do you think about this or that? And, it's in the works. But yes, join my Discord community, okay? Because, again, I want to put these videos on YouTube because I know that they'll help the whole community to understand what's going on. There's just so much freaking noise, guys. I mean, like I said, you have the president blaming Vladimir Putin for inflation and the Fed is nowhere to be found. Like, so much, like, just crazy information all over the place. None of it makes any sense whatsoever. And I kind of want to just give you my take on it because, again, I've been in these markets for a while. And there's traps, but there's also things that people aren't mentioning. Like I said, with this whole crash and whatnot, again, we'll have a crash, but it's not the end of it's not as gloom as they're painting it to be. Hey Sly, how you doing, man? So shout out to everybody in the room. Thank you for hanging out. Stock says unproven concepts, many of them. Watch Shark Tank. You can learn about unproven stories. Okay, cool. Thank you once again. You set it up where Discord will post a link in the chat too using certain bots. Yeah, I need to do that, Cheese. I know. I am, I'm not the strongest technically with, I'm not like I guess I'm a little tech savvy. But, anyways, the link is there. Join, guys. Would love to have you part of the Discord community. And I'll post everything there, updates to the channel, and the videos that I'm going to be coming out with. Hopefully again by realistically this weekend, hopefully I'm able to crank out a video. It's due. It's overdue. So, all right, guys, I think that is it. I think that is my cue, man. I gotta get something to eat. I gotta, it was a great week though, guys. It was a really great week, and I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. Look, join me on Monday. Okay. Monday, I'm going to be coming and doing the, another live stream. And look, a lot of things are looking really good. So overall, very good week. The week before that, very good week. And I want you guys to join the community so that, we could, you can participate in those gains somehow, whether it's just me mentioning some stocks, whether it's me telling you what I'm in. I want to help you guys. There's so much out there, so many traps, so many freaking fake gurus and whatnot. And, I want to try to keep you guys out of the woods. Okay. Golden rule. Okay. Treat people how you want to be treated. So follow me, guys. Any questions you have, if you're thinking about buying something and you're not sure, don't hesitate to send me a message. I'll give you my take on it. It's not financial advice. I'm not telling you to buy or sell a stock, but I will tell you, what I think about it. If I like it, I'll tell you I like it. If I don't like it, I'll tell you I don't like it. Whatever it is, okay, whatever I can do. I mentioned those earnings plays. Okay. I see so many people, coming in and just on the forums and everything. And they're all looking at earnings plays. Guys, I hate earning plays. I don't like them. Okay. Plain earnings might work. But the thing about it is when it goes against you, it's going to have a huge hit on your count. I've never met any millionaire traders trading earnings, but I've met a boatload of people just day trading who are like trading earnings. Okay. So who do you really want to mimic? Okay. Do you want to mimic the millionaire traders, or do you want to mimic a lot of people losing money on earnings? Okay. And again, if you're making money with earnings, that's fine. I'm not trying to disrespect anyone out there, but I see so many people getting killed off of earnings. Eventually it gets you. And a good example again is DocuSign, which is right here. Okay. Right here that I have people buying earnings and they go against you. So, look, just to kind of, the way I trade, guys, is look at my positions. Colgate, 3%. Okay. Yeah. The put is 90%, but look at Colgate, 3%, Discovery, 2%, Dollar Tree, 2%, General Mills, 1%. A lot of people would say, that's nothing. I want 40%. So I'm going to look at earnings. But listen, would you rather make 1 or 2% a day or try to find 40%, pops in a day? Now, if you try to find 40% pops, that's not bad, but you have to ask yourself, what is the risk? In exchange for that 40%, what are you risking? And a lot of times, the risk is just outrageous. There was some stocks we looked up here that I told you I like, but I wouldn't trade them because I have to risk more than 10% of my capital. But I can make a good 3, 4, 5%. If I can make 3, 4, 5% a day on, constantly little movements, I'll take it, because it all goes back to that very famous story that hopefully you've all read as kids, Aesop's Fables, the tortoise and the hare. Okay. You do not have to be the hare to win the race. Okay. Who won the race? The tortoise won the race. And he was not as fast as the hare. So these fast moving stocks, these stocks that are giving you a lot, that's really how you have to look at it. You could trade them, but are they going to take you to the finish line? These stocks that really trade consistently 1, 2, 3, 4% every single day, if you're doing that, I'm telling you, you're going to be rich. if you can do that. But you know, so many retailers just are looking, well, I need to make as much money as I can, rather than looking at, this is a business. I'm not going to take these crazy risks that don't make any sense. I wouldn't take that if I owned a brick and mortar business. So why would I take that kind of risk as a trader? This is the same thing. This is a business. So again, trying to just say, you know, always minimize the risk, guys. I just want to, you know, kind of put that out there. But again, not trying to step on anyone's toes. I'm not the type of person to tell guys. I don't like telling people, you know, what they can say, what they can believe, what, you know, I hate political correctness. I can't stand it. You know, and I don't like it when you can, you know, when people can say certain things and whatnot. So, so I don't tell you guys what to do, but I will try to drive this point, because the whole point of this channel is to help you guys make money. So for those of you who are new, who are just coming in, that's the whole point of it, to help you make money and to avoid these crazy, extreme, risky plays. Yeah, you could make 40%, but if you can lose 50%, is it a good deal? I would rather make 3% if I'm only risking 0.25%, you know, or 1 or 2 or whatever. So, anyways, guys, that's it. I'm kind of going off on a rant now. But shout out to you guys for making this channel happen. I appreciate you all. And gotta feel like I need to sneeze. So yeah, guys, I appreciate you all coming in and hanging out with me. That's pretty much all I have for today. Okay. But as always, without you guys, this wouldn't be a channel. So big shout out to everybody in the room, and thank you for hanging out. Okay. This week I'm working on my YouTube channel, and hopefully, like I said, I can get at least one video up and talk about some of these things. Okay. I finally got my rig set up, okay, for video posts. So I'm really going to try to do a video, maybe even 2 of them, about trading for all of the new people who are just getting into the markets. Okay, so if you guys can do me a big favor, go to my YouTube channel and subscribe to it, so that when I do post some of these trading videos, you can check them out. And I'm making them for you guys. Okay, this is the whole purpose of the video. They're for you. So if you could follow, I would appreciate that. The link should be on there on my bio in Twitch. Okay, and on that note, I want you all to do something. I want you to have a great, fantastic, positive weekend. Okay, I always say that. Okay, but go into the weekend being thankful and being grateful for everything. Okay, if you had a rough week, it's fine. Okay, that's part of trading. Next week is a new week. So we'll get back into it next week. Okay. It's mindset, it's psychology, but you know, you also can't beat yourself up, and you have to be positive and view this as a learning experience. Okay. This is a business. We are all, you know, we're all kind of like in this community together. So, I hope you all have a great weekend. I may go live later on and stream some gaming a little bit later. I've been wanting to kind of relax and get into some of my gaming. Okay. So if I do, I may turn on the camera and hang out. We'll see. Okay. But if not, on Monday, I'll be doing my live stream. So that being said, guys, peace and love. I'm going to catch you all later. And, on that note, let's go ahead and raid someone's channel. I have a list here. Let's see who's on, and let's go ahead and raid over to somebody. Cyberpunk. I played a little bit last week, and I got as far as creating my character, and I was just, you know, talking about the market. People were asking questions. I met Jerry. I don't know if Jerry, you're still in the room, but you know, Jerry and I were having a conversation, and I didn't get to play the game. By the time I created my character, it's like, you know, it was already like an hour in. So I really want to play it. Okay. I'm not much of a gamer, but I just want to relax, you know, have a nice dinner, relax, and maybe get into some gaming. So again, if I do, I'll turn on the stream, and you know, if you guys want to hang out, I'll be right here. But yeah, let's see who's on, guys. Let's see who we could potentially raid. Who is on here? Again, also too, if you have any more questions or anything like that, join the Discord, guys. You could always shoot me a DM, and Yeah, shoot me a DM. All right, so Katie Girl is streaming. She has a pretty cool pool. She has a pretty cool channel. I like. I ventured into Katie's channel. She was streaming Cyberpunk. She's more of a gamer type, but really cool channel. And it looks like she's doing some party gaming with her her viewers. So I'm gonna go ahead and raid over to Katie's channel because I don't see anyone else on. So let's do that.
We have.
Yes!
There is no I in
Okay.
blank, but there is an I in blank.
Where? How do I do? Oh, I have to do it from here, guys. I have to do it. Oh, I don't know if it's gonna let me do it. It may or may not. It always gives me. Whenever I do this raid, sometimes it gives me problems. I could only do it from certain places. Okay. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and raid over to Katie's channel. She's doing some gaming with her crowd. Really, really cool stream. I just kind of ventured in there a few weeks back, and it was pretty fun. So we'll take all that positive energy over to her channel, and I will catch you all on Monday. But until then, you guys all have a good weekend, and maybe I'll catch you guys later on this evening. Peace, love. Catch you all on the next stream. Peace, guys.
That seems to be the landing zone right now, Tyler. Based on what
Bold it. No! Dude, you can meet your